Hi, World Division Tanzania. And thank you for the opportunity to feature me on your platform. And I'm so grateful to be a part of women that you're featuring. And I appreciate your platform because I see what you do is very bold, especially for women, to allow us to have a platform like this where we can air out of what we do and why we do and what we are envision in this life. So it's amazing what you do. Thank you. So, in short, I can say my brief is not too long. My name is Blessing Johansson, and I'm a new author. I can say a new self publisher and a curator of real human stories. So I collect and share life experiences from different people and the cultures around the world, and with the purpose of inspiring life and healing. And these stories are collected from everyone, as long as he's a human, from different faith group, resilience, and yeah. So that's what I do, and mostly to inspire life and support social resilience and belonging. Yeah. So that's all about me. And I can say I recently launched my first book, and the book is called A Piece of My Life Story, and You Are Not Alone. And so I created this book because I understand that uh, many people out there are carrying pain, and most of us carry this pain quietly, and not everyone is bold enough to share these stories out there. Not everyone. Some of us just keep it quietly. So do I. I'm that person who have kept a part of my story, especially my childhood, for a very, very long time, and expressing myself through my book and made me feel that I'm not alone who have been holding this part of my life experience. And so to create a platform like what I'm trying to do, I believe that my book will be able to reach people who are also feeling like me. But not only me, I featured many people, around 30 people from around the world, approximately 25 countries in one book. So, which I believe this collection will be able to connect people from different life experiences. Yeah, so I also believe that we live in a world where people are told to be strong. This is a society camp. I can say it's a campaign or a society slogan of everywhere around the world. Be strong, be positive, and you will be successful, and all those stuff. But sometimes we can follow all these society tags, society lessons, and still we can be strong but broken inside. We can be successful, but how do we define these successful things? So we can follow all society teachings and all those things, but we can still be broken inside. So, but every few spaces differ. So, in my book, it's this book brings or gives a space to allow people to say, "This happened to me, and I'm still here." So while I was writing this book, I wanted to create a space where real human stories could be shared without fixing or judging or rushing or healing or these labels, like a person to tell you, oh, you have to be that, you have to be that. But some people have been that, and they just didn't know how to tell or say, look, I did that and it didn't work out as the society taught me to be. But this is how I did it. And I went through that my way, and I came out alive. So I wanted, and I'm trying to create a space, a free space, that can give a person that feeling that, look, I'm still here. The society taught me to be that, and I did that, but I tripped, or it didn't work, or I was wrong, or I survived, or it hurt, and or this really, really hurts. But I'm here to tell you that this is how I went through it. Yeah, so that's the space that I'm trying to create. And that's the book that I wrote and put together to inspire others to not feel alone. And if anyone is in that shoes, then they should feel they are not alone, and it's okay. That's how life is. It drives us, and whatever that we think we are doing or we are finding in this universe, life does what it does, and we are here to experience all of it, and we are here to learn and unlearn through it and become better of our visions. Yeah. So, and there is no way to say this life is better than the other, or that person's life is better, or someone's life experience is better. Each and every life path has its own lesson, and everyone's life is an answer to someone's prayer, or is an answer to someone's search. So I'm a strong believer of a storyteller, that when a person is bold enough to share what have happened to them, that is an answer to someone out there. That is an answer of someone who is searching for something like yours. So being bold to share our stories out there is providing a platform of answers. And platforms like Bold Vision Tanzania, you guys provide a platform that can, it's a university, I can say. A person can come and learn, be inspired, and feel they are not alone in whatever that they're experiencing in their life. Yeah. um, mm, how to say, how does my book provide healing to a person? Um, my book creates a healing space by normalizing human experiences, like these are things that the society tagged as, or the real things that we experience in life. It normalizes that it's a safe space, that when you come here and in our platform and share your story, it's okay. We don't judge you. It is okay to feel or to go through what you're going through, and we will provide you ears to listen, a space to hold you and to say, you can say it, you can share it. And we will proudly share your story to others that we believe they could be the people who are searching a healing through your story. And I also believe that when people read someone else's story, they get to know that they are not strange, actually, in whatever that is happening in their life. They are normal people. They are not broken. Um, and there are other people who have been on their shoes too. So it's okay. And tomorrow will be better and will be different. And healing doesn't always come from solutions, or sometimes we people, we always look for solutions, like how to get away from a murder, from the murder. These are kind of solution we are looking for. And these days, with the rise of social media and the technology, we are all looking for solutions, like how to get out from certain problems. So everyone is creating how to, how to get money, how to earn this, how to get better, how to motivate your life inspiration, how to get a motivation. Everyone is providing how to. Every platform is providing how to. Mhm. So how to solution, but sometimes it comes from being seen and understood. And this is what I'm trying to create. So in my book and also my living platform, I'm trying to create or to bring these stories in a space where they can be seen or people can be seen or certain life events happened can be held and seen, and that way it can be normalized and understood, and from there we can find a solution. So this is what I'm trying to build and create, and I'm even happy that I'm a woman. So do your platform that motivates and encourages women to create, and I'm that woman who likes to create new ideas and find ways to decorate ideas into better ways that can serve others. Um, but also, my book or my platform also creates a connection to people and communities as well. So I would say my book connects people because it brings different lives together. And these lives experiences are lives experience from childhood traumas, suicide, mental health issues, marriage, relationships, and society navigations, and all these kind of problems. There are so many, so many life experiences in my book that I believe people, when they read it, they will feel they're together. And also, another thing that I would like to highlight is that my book is written in a very simple language, a very normal conversation, like one-to-one conversation with a voice tone of a one-to-one conversation that a person can follow along, can read along and understand. It also has a voice like a person is calling you that sit here and let's have a catch up. Let's have a talk that this happened to me too. And you are not alone. And I'm here to tell you how it happened to you, and with the belief that you can go through it too. So it's a very human to human book conversation kind, a book that is very perfect, imperfect, the same as we human are. So every story contributor in this book is not perfect, but they were bold enough to bring their imperfection um, in public and imperfection in this platform so that their imperfection can inspire someone too. So we are human, we are not perfect. We are perfect, imperfect in God's eyes, of course. And we believe our imperfections and can inspire someone out there. And it's also a contribution to this universe that life is all the challenge is a blend of everything that we experience in life so that the universe can also restructure itself for the best and the better generation. It's through our mistakes, our success, our feelings, and how we share it. So the universe itself or the creator updates the universe. And this is how I believe. And mm, apart from that, the book is featuring nearly 25 countries, which will allow a reader to navigate through other people experiences. And bold it easy, you know, like set when you're from one country to another country, we have this mentality of thinking perhaps Europe is better, perhaps in Asia it's better, perhaps life is somewhere is better, but in reality, life is lifing. Life is life everywhere around the world. The same problem people might be going through in Australia, in Zambia, in Sweden, in Finland, all these countries that I got a blessing to feature in this book are the same problems that a person would be experiencing in Tanzania, in Kenya, in Uganda, Rwanda. any part of Africa or any part of the world. So when it comes to life experience, honestly, we are all human, and there is no one having it better, or we are all the same. And yeah, we just experience life in different way, and these differences helps to shape or build a better space in this universe. um, I do believe that everyone who will read this book will find themselves in one way or another, uh, and that this book will help to build empathy and reminds us that beneath where we come from, beneath uh, the race we carry, beneath the title that we are searching for, the social status, the society status we are searching for every day, beneath all that, we are all human. And the only way to be human is to go through everything, the blend of pain and the joy. And when we put it together, we get the perfect cocktail or life cocktail that the universe needs. Yeah. um, Maybe let me touch a little bit on how my platform can bring hope, um, or the idea that I'm trying to build can bring hope to people. So the hope is that uh, first I can say the book is not perfect, or it's also not dramatic, and it's not a book that is written as a portray status, or like a book that is written in a way of character, like people, the story contributors in the book are not written in the way acting or character way. They are real people, real human, real lived life, a person just communicating in real. So this itself, um, it brings a connection with people, that it's a life that was hard, but a person is still there. Also, these stories don't promise that everything will be okay. And my book does not promise to teach anyone on how to get away or to get out from a certain life problem. No. uh, but it's a book that will show people that you can continue. You can keep pushing. It's possible to grow. It's possible to find a meaning even after, through all difficulties in your life. Yeah. So this is what I believe with this platform that I'm trying to build. Mm, mm, about my personality. Hmm, that's a interesting question, actually. About my personality, I would say, um, maybe let me take you to my personal story. So, in my book, my story is the longest story in the book as the host, and my story includes lots of loss. Also, my childhood includes migration, including my adulthood, and my story is also rebuilding life in a country, in a new country. And I don't see my story as a special, even though it's long among it's the longest story in the book, but it's not like it's special. No, it's just long as a host of the book. Mm, and so because of this, I would say my personality. Anyway, let me give you a little bit exclusive on my story, which is in the book, and I invite all of you to get a chance to know, to read it and get to know it. So my childhood was, it's a story of a childhood trauma. So this is the tag of my story, of my life experience story. Is a tag of a childhood trauma, but it's a trauma that was built from a society that didn't understand. And I also didn't understand. So I'm a child who have um, I was a child who had two parents from different countries, and I grew in between both of them, Uganda and Tanzania. And at the moment, I'm an adult who just left everything in my life and chose to follow love. And I joined my husband in Sweden, and my life started from zero. So I started my life from zero. And when I say from zero, I mean, it's interesting, honestly. Yeah, I mean, let's just say all the degrees I earned, the life experiences, the work experience, my culture, my everything just started from zero. So at this point, I started realizing I'm in life transitioning, and but this life transitioning started way, way, way back. So when I was a child, we moved from Uganda to Tanzania, and as a child, nobody noticed that transition that could happen to a child and it could affect a child mentally, and no one paid attention for that. Of course, I'm not. Blaming my society, and I'm not blaming my family for not noticing that. It's the way how we lived back then in Kigoma, Tanzania. Specifically, we lived in Kasulu. And so the society or the community didn't understand that. And we all know that in Tanzania, disciplining a child is a way of whipping is a way of disciplining a child, right? And but for me, I was a child who was so scared of whipping. Whatever I get whipped, I would get extremely scared. So as a child, this fear turned into something else, something psychological that the society didn't notice, my family didn't notice. But as a child, I started to create safe words for myself. So whenever that maybe at the school they would want to whip me, I would transfer myself or create my own imagination world. Psychology people, they call it imagination world for children. And I could do that so often. So often I did that and I did that. And then because of that fear, I built a fear for a very long time. And in Swahili, we have a say, mtoto kiburi. So, for example, whenever I face fear, I would transfer my mind to my imagination world to escape. So I would just stand in front of the class, just numb, and teachers would whip one side to another side, one side. And because I was not responding, teachers would think I'm kiburi, I'm mtoto kiburi. So they would call each other, aka katoto kana kiburi. They would whip to the left, to the right, they would whip, and I'm not crying, I'm just standing there. But in reality, I was my mentally connecting to my self-imagination world. But the society didn't know that. So growing up back home, I was living with my stepmother, and whenever I go home, I would face the same thing at home. Again, my safe space was to click my mental, yeah, to my safe space that I think it was safe. So I could imagine my mother because I grew up without a mother. My mother died when I was little. So my safe space was a space where I could imagine my mother in my mental. So yeah, so you see, all this and many more. So I have shared this part, the psychological part in my book, and how I survived my childhood trauma with my stepmother, with all this whipping stuff and building this stuff at a grown age. What happened to me? Yes, so something happened. And when we grow up, we don't take time to go back to what happened to us when we were children that led to adulthood, that it could be doing something. So in my book, I shared that part as well, that it's also a calling to my African society to look into this whipping thing, which I believe and I trust the country and the education system. I believe that they are working on reducing that punishment or to be a way of disciplining a child and many more. But anyway, that's just a part of me. Um, yeah, so let's just touch a little bit. Let's go back to um, what's to say. Uh, let's go a little bit. I was just a little bit taken back to me telling you story. I love telling stories. I enjoy telling story, and now I was about to give you the whole story in my book about myself. Um, but let me talk a little bit. Mm, Let me talk a little bit about mm, how to say. Let me take you a little bit to how this book is positioned and how my platforms are positioned. So first of all, this book, it's built and it's purposed to a charity that I stand for every year. So every year we support less privileged school children, specifically rural school children who live and study in rural areas in Tanzania. So we supported them with the school accessories. So the book and all these stories are given freely, and we sell this book, and the book 100%, whatever that it earns goes to the project that we give. And also the book comes along with a journal, a self-reflection journal, the to help or as a tool to assist someone who is willing to work on themselves and seek for growth, and also reduce the screen time and focus on self growth with a pen and a paper and reflect through. So our products also are tools that comes along with a book to assist a person to see life better. Mm, yeah, I believe I have spoken too much already, but allow me to say, Bold Vision TZ, you guys are amazing storytelling platform, and I am happy to be a part of the women, especially in Tanzania, where I come from, even though I'm far away from home, but I'm happy to be a part of this platform as a woman, to air out what we do and what we try to do to contribute in our country's growth and worldwide in general as well. Um, I also believe that in the end, this my book and my living platform existed to remind everyone and people, uh, whatever life circumstances that they are going through, um, whatever level of life pain and difficulties and the challenges, or whatever life path put you through, you are not alone in this universe. For as long as we are human, and we are all trying to build spaces, safe spaces that can make everyone feel held, feel seen, and share these life experiences out there. And I do believe everyone's story matters. Everyone's story deserves to be written. Everyone's story deserves to be held. Everyone's voice deserves to be recorded and be hosted and be given a space that it can be accessed, yeah, to everyone around the world. So whoever is listening to me, you are not alone. Your story matters, and healing is possible, step by step, one step at a time. It's possible, yeah. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hosting me. Thank you so much for giving me a space. Thank you once again. Welcome to a piece of my life story. Thank you. And I welcome you to support the book and support the platform. The platform is still new. The Giving Project has been there, but it's been running privately. So I welcome you all to support. If you wish to donate to support one child, two children, three children in the way that you can, as long as you can, I welcome you with my two hands. Thank you so much, Bold Vision Tanzania. I am grateful for the time you have been given me. Continue to empower women, continue to uplift voices, women voices, because I do believe a woman um, is a vessel that God created to decorate, shines, reform this universe. And we are here for that. And I believe in what you stand for. So thank you once again, Bold Vision Tanzania.